me, and thank you
Okay.
for giving your intellectual support to us. For this, I would like to make one correction also. It's Madan Bhandari Memorial Academy. College is different, it's academy. Because college is associated with this Tribhuvan University, but this academy and this academy is not affiliated, it is Joint Constitute College of Pokhara University. So thank you, Mimi, and the floor is yours. You can proceed now.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me, Anjay. And I don't think I can pronounce your name, Kadendra. But thank you for having me. Is there any way that I could share my screen?
Yes, you can go in screen share and share it.
Okay, because you're sharing your screen now. I don't know if you want to maybe
No, I'm not sharing
second.
screen. Eh,
That's what it
Ram
looks
Babu
like.
Misra is sharing screen. Please, Ram Babu Misra, stop your screen sharing.
Okay.
Ram Babu Misra, please stop your screen sharing. Yes,
Okay.
now you can share your screen.
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
You are co-host, so you can share your screen.
Okay. Can everybody see this?
Yeah, it is loading.
It's loading. It's loading.
It's loading.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
A little bit slow.
Distance is very big, no, that's why it's taking some time to come on.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
busy.
Let's hope that this will work.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's working. It's working.
Okay. I don't, it's not changing to a presentation. Just bear with me for a minute. Okay. As that is happening, let me just introduce myself.
Yeah,
As Anjay was saying, I am a certified health coach, but
yeah,
I am also an innate health coach. And this session is all about sharing with you ways for you to have a more joyful, healthier life. So the presentation is based on a little book that I have put together called 7 Easy Steps to Healthy Living. So what I want to do is go through the steps with you and along the way give you some tips on how to live a more joyful, physically and mentally, live a joyful life. And so I'm hoping that my system will cooperate.
So you go in slides here, no?
Yes. Are you seeing anything
Yes, we are
that
seeing your slide,
yeah,
but you can
okay.
make it in slides here.
Slide share. Yeah, I know. I'm trying. Just bear with me. It's like it's frozen.
Oh, Tank, sir?
Let me just go to the next one. Can you see this then?
Yes, we can
Yes.
see. You can go.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Very good. I don't know why it doesn't want to make. Anyways, so let me start off by explaining to you what a health coach is, because it is different from, the doctors or the health professionals and, people that are in that field. Health coaching is about supporting and guiding people on their journey to health. So I personally am not an actual expert on, nutrition and things like that. But what I am an expert at is guiding people to a healthier life and doing that by showing them how they can find out for themselves what is healthy for them. Okay? So a health coach doesn't diagnose, we don't prescribe medication, anything like that. It's about guiding people to who they're truly meant to be. Now, who would need a health coach? anybody really who wants to live a healthier life and who feels that they need support and they need help to get there. Now, I have searched the internet for a definition of health that I thought would, express the best what healthy living means. So what I found on this website is that healthy living is about making healthy choices every day, healthy choices that keep us fit physically, mentally, and spiritually. Eating well, being physically active, and not smoking are three of the best things we can do to stay healthy, right? Now, what I would like to add to that is that our body is the best experimental lab and it's available to us 24/7. So we can be experimenting to find out what is best for us. We don't really need to, do what the experts say. We can do it for ourselves. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't listen to the experts, but you will be guided to somebody you feel you resonate with, and you can experiment then to see whether that works for you. So I'm going to try again to turn this into a slideshow, but it's not going to work. So let's go to the next slide. So these are the 7 easy steps to a healthy life. And like I said, I'm going to go through them one by one. So we start with a health goal, and then we make space for something new, for that goal to come to us. We then decide, ways to find out what's healthy for you, ways to move your body, to get enough sleep, just enjoy life, and how important it is to take action. So the first step is your health goal. Now you as professionals have probably heard of what they call a SMART goal. So the goal is supposed to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. But the type of goal that I'm talking about is not actually a SMART goal. It's just asking yourself, what would you like your healthy life to look like? So aim for a healthy life. And for example, a goal could be to move more, eat healthier, or take better care of yourself. That's as simple, and that's why I call this easy steps, because it's very simple to set a goal for yourself. Now, once you've done that, it's time for the next step, which is to make space for something new. And that basically means that it's time to declutter, to make space for your goal, to declutter your life. And the reason I included this step is because when you are, living your life, you gather so much in your mental mind. Physically, you often gather a lot of clutter. And it's so important to make space for something new to be able to come into your life. Because if you don't, it's going to make it so much harder for you to live a healthier life if there's no space for that. So these are, very tangible things that you can do. You declutter your home, even decluttering your wallet. It's as simple as that. But also to make space in your calendar. And the way to make space in your calendar is to look at, what are the 5 things that you really value in life? And if you look at what you have in your calendar, what you have, the appointments you have with people, do they really represent what you value in life? And if you're doing it because you have to, you don't really want to, you are free to take that off your calendar and just in that way clear time and space for yourself. By the way, if there's any questions or you feel I'm going too fast or anything, please, feel free to raise your hand. And if Anjay could tell me who has a question, then I'll refer to that.
Sure, we will do that.
Okay, thank you. Did you have a question, Ash? No?
No, no, no.
Okay,
At
okay,
end they will ask question, no?
no problem.
Okay.
So let's move on to the third step, which is a very important step, and this is about what's healthy for you. Now, I would like to ask you this question, and if anybody wants to answer, that would be great. So, why do we actually eat? Why do you think that is? Is there anybody that can answer that question?
Get more energy for life.
Hello?
To get more energy for life.
Yes, to get more energy, yeah?
Chewing is important.
Sorry?
Chewing is important.
Chewing, yes. We'll get to that. But let's start with the why do we eat? And it's true. We eat
To survive.
because to
To
survive,
get
yes.
nutrients and
Yes, definitely. I'm so glad that nobody is saying that we eat because it's an enjoyable thing to do, right? You cook nice food and you enjoy it with your family and you're eating, 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 eating. No, that's not the reason why we're supposed to eat. There's nothing wrong with enjoying your food and eating with your family, but the main purpose of eating is to help energize the body, energizing you physically, mentally, and to keep you alive, right? To keep you going, living a healthy life. Now, the reason I've also mentioned chewing is because the digestion starts in the mouth, isn't it? The moment we start chewing our food, the body is already starting the process of digesting it. And in the mouth, it's the carbohydrates first that will be broken down. They'll start getting broken down. So it's so important that we chew enough. If your food is too chunky and, whilst it goes through the system, it actually takes the body energy to digest instead of giving you energy. So often when you've eaten, you might have noticed that you feel tired, right? You feel like going to sleep after you've had a nice meal, which is most likely because you haven't chewed your food properly. So how often do you think people chew on average? How many times does the average person chew before they swallow? Does anybody know what that number is?
About 30 to
8
How
to
many?
9. 8 to 9.
12, 18.
10.
No, it's only five. Five chews before somebody swallows. So just imagine what it does to your body if your food hasn't been properly, chewed and it gets into your system. So it's just, all about making sure you're eating the right foods and chewing them properly. And chewing them properly means to chew until it's like a nice little mush and you can easily swallow it. So the next thing is to find out what foods actually give you energy. And the easiest way to do it is to do it based on plant or animal protein. So there's people, their bodies thrive on plant protein. So they are vegan, they are vegetarian, and their body is very happy with that. But there's also people that need some animal protein, and I am one of those. I love me a little bit of meat, you know.
We
I need,
all love meat.
yes. So the way I figured that out is by trying to see, just like I said, experimenting with my body, have only foods with salad and nuts and all the plant protein, and then have a meal with some meat and see how I feel after, straightway after I eat, and then about 2 hours after I've eaten. How do you feel? Now, I noticed when I ate just the salad and the nuts and all of that, that it was actually making me sleepy. It wasn't energizing my body. But when I had, some animal protein, a nice, it doesn't have to be much, just some chicken, beef, lamb, whatever, with vegetables, with some rice, I felt so much more energized and I felt so much more, felt much better. So that's really the easy way to figure out what's healthiest for you. Okay. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about is sugar cravings, because a lot of people, you could say, suffer from that. We often feel that we need something sweet. It's like your body is asking for it. So, what happens actually is when you have, a lack of relaxation, when you are stressed and you're always on the go and, you're not eating properly, your body will ask for a way to deal with it. And the easiest way to do that is to have sugar, because sugar feels good when you have it, isn't it? We all like a piece of cake or a cookie, and I'm sure in Nepal you have lovely desserts and you have, you know, so much full of sugar, and it's wonderful. But your body actually ends up on what we call a sugar roller coaster, because often foods that are high in sugar are actually low in protein, fats, and fiber. And the protein, fats, and fiber are actually the ones that make sure that the sugar is not absorbed into the bloodstream too quickly, because those, often those proteins, fats, and fiber are not available. The sugar uptake is fast. And then we've all heard of insulin, I'm sure. It's an enzyme and it removes the excess sugar that is in the body or in your bloodstream. But because it actually does its job way too well, it removes too much sugar. So the body will then start asking for sugar again. And this is how you then end up on this sugar roller coaster. And the easiest way to come off that roller coaster is to eat things that have a bit of fat and fiber and protein in them, and to be drinking enough water. And in that way, you can stop yourself from getting on this roller coaster. Because we all know how detrimental too much sugar can be on the system, right? It has all these negative side effects on the body. And I'm not gonna go into the details because I'm sure you've heard of that before. But eating things, that are high in fiber and healthy fats, high in protein, will stop you from going on this roller coaster and your body asking for sugar. And also just getting some relaxation. So the next step is to move your body. Now, I purposely call this move your body because I personally, I don't like exercise. I, I am sure that I am not the only one that when I hear the word exercise, I feel, oh, no, no, no. That is just not for my body, right? It is painful, you get tired, and it can be so uncomfortable. But if you, instead of exercising your body, you move your body in the way it wants to move, and you can do like it says here, about 30 minutes a day, you know, it's enough to get your blood flowing, to get your heart pumping, and to, you know, feel, you know, the endorphins that are released by moving your body. And the body is made to move. It's not made to exercise, right? It has all these movable parts, and it's supposed to be moving, not getting hurt by, you know, pumping iron. And I'm not saying that it's bad to do that. If you want to do that, if that's the way your body loves to move, that's fine. My favorite way of moving is the body groove, because I just get to dance and move my body the way it wants to move, and it makes me feel good. But there's definitely other ways, you know, like I've mentioned here, you can do yoga, jump rope, swimming, gardening, and Zumba is nice as well. But definitely find a way that you enjoy to move your body. Okay, the body really needs to be moved. And especially now when we're supposed to be staying in the house and, you know, not going out as much, it's so important to find a way to stay moving. Okay, the next step is to make sure that you get enough sleep. Now, the body just needs enough rest. It's very important that we move the body, but it's just as important that we get rest. And everybody is different when it comes to how many hours they need. As you get older, the number of hours goes down a bit, but everybody needs a certain amount of sleep. And the easiest way, again, to figure out how many hours you need, is to go to sleep without using an alarm. So do this in the weekend or when you don't have anything else to do the next day, and just sleep until you wake up naturally. And then you can work out how many hours that has been. And that will be the hours that work the best for you. Now, the reason why sleep is so important is because when you sleep, that's actually the time when you lose weight, because the body gets to focus on digestion. It doesn't have to focus on other stuff, you know, too much thinking, moving, and all of that. So that's when you actually lose weight. So if you don't get enough sleep, you know, that's the way of keeping weight on. It's also the time when the body restores itself, right? If you have been injured or there's something going on in your body, that's the time when you are at rest that it restores itself. But it's also the time when it eliminates toxins, which helps again to increase your energy. So if you've had enough sleep, you wake up, you should feel refreshed because the body has done all of these things. Now, did you know that if you lose one night of sleep, it's actually as bad as having 6 months of junk food? It's an actual fact. You will know. I mean, if you don't sleep enough or you don't sleep at all, you know how bad you feel, right? You could just equate that to 6 months of eating junk food every day. You don't want to do that to your body, I'm sure. And this is a very easy thing to do, isn't it? Make sure you get enough sleep. And then step 6, which is the one I really like, which is to enjoy your life. You know, joy leads to a healthy mind, right? Enjoy yourself. Because I don't know if you are aware, but you actually cannot change your mindset. It cannot be changed. The only thing that you could change is the way you see whatever you're thinking, the way you respond to it. So if you know, have certain beliefs about anything and you believe them to be true, they will manifest themselves in a certain way in your life. You know, it can lead to being depressed because we are regretting something that we have done in the past. But we can also get anxious because we are fearing what might happen in the future. But the only time is now. And whatever happens now is what we have control over. Whatever has happened has happened. You can't change that anymore. And whatever is going to happen, it will happen, but we have no idea what is going to happen. So worrying about something that might not even happen, because the chances of it happening is maybe 0.1%, because it's a 99.99% chance that it's not going to happen in the way that you're worried or thinking it will. So enjoy the present, because it is a gift, and that's why it's called the present. Don't worry, be happy, right? Now, let me just go back to what I said about not being able to change your mindset, because there is a lot of that going around. You know, people are being told that it's important to think positive and, you know, don't think negative thoughts and, love yourself and all of that. But what I mean by you cannot change your mindset really is that as soon as you've thought a thought, you can't change that. Am I right? You cannot change what you've already thought. The only thing that you could change, like I said, is how you respond to that thought. Do you allow the thought to tell you what to do? So if you were to say it's not a nice thought, you know, you're regretting something that's happened, you feel low, you feel, I shouldn't have done that, you know, all of these thoughts that pop up for you. You cannot really stop them, but you can question them and ask yourself, you know, is it really true? And the moment you do that, the body and the mind has an internal system that will automatically help you see that it's not the truth. And it will help you see things from a more positive perspective and help you enjoy life more. So basically, you cannot change your mindset. You can only change the way you respond to it. And once you do that, that's when your life will be more enjoyable. Okay? And then for the final step, which is to take action. You know, be inspired. And it's important to take inspired action because nothing is going to happen without action. If you want a healthy life, you need to take the steps. Knowledge alone is not going to get you what you want, but action will. So all these steps that I've gone through with you today, it's nice. We are all here. It's nice to hear me talk maybe and go through the steps and hear what I say and maybe pick up on some of the tips that I'm giving you. But until you are actually going to implement them, nothing is going to change, is there? If you keep doing things the way you have been doing it, it's going to just be the same old. So the final step really is to take action and to take inspired action. So whatever you feel you want to be doing and you feel it's the right thing for you, you will do that. Okay? That's basically all the 7 steps. And I have a little offer for you. If you are here on the call, you can get a free copy of this ebook, The 7 Easy Steps to Healthy Living, just by going to my website, mimihealthcoaching.com, and join my list, and you'll get a copy of this little ebook. Okay? Now, are there any questions? Let me stop sharing. Right. Are there any questions?
Miss Mimi, the presentations was so fantastic, and
Thank
we came to know about the 7 steps of joyful, healthy living way. Because as I see the presentations, it's very easy to say and it's very difficult to, do the things. That is your 7 steps, what it is saying. Everything what you learn should be taken into actions. And that actions is,
Absolutely.
we should have to take it consistently throughout 360 days, yeah? So we'll be more healthy. I have one question. So by the way, can I ask questions, Anjay sir?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Very commonly, there is saying that if people sleep more, then you will get more weight. But in contrast to that, you says if you sleep more, then you will lose your weight. Can you explain this more?
Yes, no problem. Right. So, like I was saying, and to get enough sleep, that's when the body is focused on digestion and doing what it needs to do to lose weight. It just automatically does that. And there's one thing that I haven't said, but it's so important. Everything that you can put the word "to" in front is actually not good. If you get too little sleep, too much sleep, both of them are not good. It's about having a balance. So yes, if you were to just all you do is sleep and you're not moving, obviously you're not going to be losing weight or but when you're sleeping, that's the main time that you are digesting your food and losing weight. Does that answer your question? Yeah. Anybody else?
I came to know there is always limit. So
Yeah.
you should
Yeah.
not exceed the limit, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Best is to find a balance for yourself.
Mimi, do you
Yes.
have any few steps that automatically or promptly lose the weight? It's because you already have told that exercise is difficult, isn't it? You also don't like it, isn't it? So,
Yes. But I love to move.
do you have any similar steps, easier steps that we can lose weight?
You can lose weight. Okay.
Yeah.
So, first of all, and this is probably going to shock you, I would say stop dieting
Yeah.
because it doesn't work. The main reason dieting doesn't work is because it gets your body into a state of starvation And when the body is in a state of starvation, it's just going to want to eat, 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 eat
Eat
to
it.
get, you know, that's because it needs that energy, it needs the nutrients, it needs everything. So the best thing to do is to find out what's healthy for you. What I was saying about the plant and animal protein, it is very important to just know what your body needs to thrive. And it's all about a balance. You don't eat too much, you don't eat too little. That's all it is. Make sure you move, you drink enough. And another thing that I haven't mentioned, but this is something that when I work with somebody one-on-one, so if you were to hire me as a coach, you know, we could look at that. What they say, what actually is going on when people are holding on to weight as well, is that energetically you are holding on to all these creative ideas that you have, and you find it difficult to just be you and express yourself. You hold on to everything, and that manifests itself as fat in the body. But that's just, you know, from an innate health perspective. That's also what could be going on. So if you have so many ideas, so many things that you want to be doing, but you're stopping yourself, you're holding it in, then the body doesn't, that's what's happening then. It'll turn it all into fat because it's holding on to that. I hope that makes sense
Yeah.
and answer your
May I ask one?
question.
What do you think? Being vegetarian is right, or yeah,
Eating meat. Well,
yeah, yeah,
of course, I will say eat meat. But that's because that is what works for me.
yeah.
And I mean, I was a vegetarian for 8 years. I was a vegetarian myself for 8 years.
Oh, yeah.
And what I noticed in that time is that most of the time I had trouble focusing. You know, if you look at the energy of plants,
Yeah.
it's actually because plants grow up, they have a lifting energy. It's like they, you know, that's why people that their body thrives on plant food, it's easy for them to meditate, you know, to be higher in their energy. So find out for yourself, Ashok. Find out for
So
yourself.
don't you think one should make a certain type of, a routine, like eating diets, eating daily foods, or vegetables, or like fruits, and running, exercising? There should be a kind of routine, isn't it? That
Of course, yes, of course. It's like I said, it's about finding that balance for yourself.
balance. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the balance, not too much, not too little.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So Suji Casey was raising
Yeah, I
hand.
have one question.
Okay,
Yes.
please.
Okay. How can decrease abdomen size? Nowadays, most people have a big abdomen size, so weight is normal according to height, but abdomen size is big. How can decrease?
Yeah. Yeah, the main reason, and like I was already saying to Ashok, is if you look at it spiritually and energetically, it's about you not expressing your ideas and being you. But physically, actually, doing things that increase the level of cortisol in your system is also what make belly fat to appear. And cortisol is increased by not getting enough relaxation, being stressed, always doing, your mind boom 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 all the time. It helps because cortisol, it's supposed to help you relax, and you get, when it goes up, it likes to store fat. So the best thing really is to Make sure that you are doing things that you feel inspired to do, that make you feel happy, that you enjoy. Get enough sleep to help you lose the weight. Move, drink, eat what's best for your body. And that is really the easiest way to live a healthy life. You don't have to force yourself that you can only eat this or only eat that. Whatever works for your body. And again, you can experiment with that 24/7. And only you can do it. I cannot do it for you, only you. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Mimi, can you see your chat box?
Yes. Oh, wow.
Okay, I have one questions for Mimi. Can I ask one questions?
Please,
Of course.
please.
You know, how to become happy, your smile can express then your presentation. Okay. Thank you for your very simple presentation. You know, I'm getting very tough to go early sleep at night after dinner. And I know I have to think positively. I know I have to think positively. But, you know, again, when I go for sleep, it will almost 1 o'clock. Then how can I convert my this attitude for to go early sleep? I'm getting very really tough these situations. So how can I convert this, ma'am?
Right. Deepak, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you've heard me say that you cannot really force yourself to think positive. Your thoughts will be there. They will come. For whatever reason, they will be there. But the only thing you can do is question them. So if you are having trouble sleeping and you're just thinking, you can stop and say, what am I doing? What am I thinking? Is it real? I am here lying in bed thinking of blah, 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 blah. That is not happening now. I am in bed. Let me sleep. But a way to trick your body into making it feel relaxed is to use your breath. And it's the 5-5-7 breath sequence that you can use. So you will inhale for 5 counts, hold your breath for 5 counts, and then 7 counts you exhale. And if you do that 5 to 10 times, it helps the body relax. So next time when you're in bed, thinking, you know, ask yourself, what is going on? I am here in bed, nothing, you know, all those things are not happening because I don't know what you are thinking, Deepak. But, you know, and those thoughts cannot stop you from sleeping, right? You can use your breath, 5-5-7, relax the body, and then before you know it, you are waking up the next day.
Thank you, Mimi. Thank you
You're
for a
welcome.
simple answer. Thank you very much.
Next question, please, from Suju. Suju Casey. Please, your question. You have been raising your hand.
No, it's
And
me. Can I raise my?
please,
Can I
please,
add
please,
something else, ma'am?
please, please.
Yeah.
All
Who
right.
was talking?
Me, Rajendra Koirala, and I found your session really very interesting. And you've talked more about like how this sugar can affect our body and this and all. And like you see, and it's a very wonderful session as you have told about that. It depends on all your balance as how you're just making a balance in your life is more important. And somebody, I guess Rambabu Misra sir just raised the question regarding as how we can decrease our belly, you know, and it all depends on our. I just, you know, like I'd like to add something else since I've been also in the process that whatever you have coached right now, I've been doing it for many years. So it was my interest as well. And thank you, Tonko sir, for joining me over here. And then, you know, it's all about the balance of life is very, very important. If you're not able to balance our life, whatever medicine you take, wherever you go, and whatever you talk about, until and unless your body gets balanced, neither mentally nor physically you are fit. So for this reason, like you said about sleeping is very important, at least like 7 to 8 hours a day. That's very, very important. And but ma'am, I'd like to ask you one question. Like, how do you think the neurons of, I mean, our brain could be made stronger? Is it because of the foods, I mean, vegetarian foods that we take and it will help us? Or what do you think? Thank you.
That's a very good question, Rajendra. Um, yes, eating the right food for your body is what's going to make you stronger, healthy, I mean, mentally. So again, it's all about, like you said, find a balance, but also find what is the right food for you. I cannot tell you
Right,
be
right.
a vegan, vegetarian, or eat meat. Experiment and see what you feel, is best. When it comes to the brain is designed to help us survive. That's what it does. That's what it's programmed to do. And it's good in a way, but it can also backfire, right? Because let's say that your body is asking for relaxation and you try smoking, right? And it helped to relax your body. Your brain is gonna record and say,
Right.
ooh, whenever I want to relax, I have to smoke.
Mhm.
And it will every time ask you to do that so you can relax. And in that way, you can also train yourself to do something else to help you relax.
Ma'am, one more thing I'd like to add here for everybody else, and it's quite incredible either I have to mention it or not. Like since I came, I've been like following my very balanced life since I came into my consciousness. And living in Nepal, if I say something that it looks very ridiculous, I guess, but I have to mention this, it might give a kind of insight to the rest of all those, like panelists and all the people, those who are taking part in this program. Like since I came into my consciousness, even I don't know what fever is all about. You can't believe it. And let me tell you to everybody else as well that it is all because of the balance of life. That's so important. Like I have been doing for the last 30 years around, like I've been doing meditation, I've been doing yoga, I've been doing physical exercises and everything else, right? And so when I got to know this program was going to uh, be commenced by you, and I felt like I was very lucky enough that so that I could aid something else. So people don't believe it, but the thing that I have understood throughout my life, I've just crossed almost 45, but what I've felt is that the more you live your life very balanced, the more you are creative, the more you are productive, the more you always have a kind of life craving for learning something new. So this is what I felt. So this is I'd like to aid. Thank you so much for conducting this program to Human Capital Organization. Thank you so much, ma'am. Just I'd like to aid that thing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. And
Thank
next
you very much.
question. So 4 people were raising hands. Please, one by one, you can start your questions.
Anjay sir, opportunity to Dipson Baskel. I think she is very little thing. I think you have to give the opportunity. I think.
Please, please, please.
Dipson Baskel,
They
please.
are open to everyone. Just you have to grab.
Ma'am,
Yes.
how should I diet? Which food can I diet to eat?
Sorry. What did she ask?
She is asking for the advice which food she should consume.
Which food? Is that Dipson?
Yes.
Yes.
Boy, not a girl.
Hmm?
I'm a
Okay.
boy, not a girl.
Oh, you are a boy.
You're a boy. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Interesting.
Boy.
Sorry about that. Well, what I can say is to always eat foods that make your body feel energized, because that's what the food is for. So if you like to eat something with a lot of sugar in it, that is only going to make you feel good for a little bit of time, and then you're going to get, hungry again for sugar. But if you eat something that actually gives your body energy, then you will eat less, your body can digest it better, and it helps you grow. And foods you can just try for yourself, right? To eat vegetables, fruits, rice, potato, anything. Just try for yourself and see how you feel, Dipson. Yeah,
Thank you, ma'am.
you're welcome. Can I go to the chat and see? Because there's quite a few.
Yes.
11 messages. Whoa. Anja, you're gonna have to help me.
Yes, few of the
Go
questions you have already answered. So let's
Right.
take those who are ready raising the hands. First, we will give them priority. Please,
Okay.
Suju KC, you have been raising your hand since long. Next.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Hello, ma'am. Namaste.
Namaste.
I'm Baburam Timsina. I am at university and I have been into teaching for the last 18 years. It was a very nice time listening to you. I learned a lot of things with your session. So thank you so much. But I have a bit different, observation. What I personally feel is that there is no any formula as such to mental health, good health, or well-being, or any formula to happiness as such. Because formulas are there, but there is no only one encompassing ultimate, only one corresponding formula. It depends on person to person. Their
Absolutely.
behavior pattern, their life pattern, their goal setting in life, their success in life. So it depends on, this. I want to suffice with one example of myself. It's been, let me say you very honestly, and Mr. Rajendra Koirala, who is into this session, knows me in person. I want to keep him as witness. Right from my SLC, School Living Certificate, it's been 24 years. I never ever sleep more than 3-4 hours at night. I'm always on to work. See, let me tell you one very, fact of myself, that during this 5-month pandemic time, I did some 500 crash courses of different universities all over the world. I am quite okay in terms of my health. I don't know whether if I would receive a health crash immediately all of a sudden out of blue, or else I don't think that there is only any formula as such to define mental, like well-being or success. Am I incorrect?
No, you're not.
Do I have some flaw in me?
Do you what? A flaw? Absolutely not. We are all unique. And if you can live your life perfectly fine, only sleeping 3 to 4 hours a night, that is fine. Like you say, there is no formula. It's all about people find out for themselves what works for them. So somebody might hear you and say, how can you be healthy? You're only sleeping 3-4 hours. But that's because that wouldn't work for me. I know I need 7 or 8 hours of sleep. That's what I know. But if it works for you, that's what works for you. And I'm not, like I've said in the beginning, I am not some kind of expert that will tell you do this, do that, and that's the best way to do things. No, do what feels right for you.
So,
okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Pavan Mahto ji, please raise your question. Pavan Mahto.
Morning, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
I like your session, and I learn many things about. But my question is, ma'am, you talk about take action, but I have really problem. I am doing every moving and eating healthy food, but within a month, but it is only for 2 weeks or only 1 week. I
Hmm.
I do every morning yoga for only 1 week, and then I tried and then I quit it. So have you any solution for it?
Yes, yes, yes. That's a very good question because I think a lot of people have this problem, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever we want to try something new, it will always be difficult to stick to it. All I can say is that the moment you find a way that your body loves to move, and it's not the way that you think would be the best way for you to move, but the way that your body loves to move, it will make it so much easier for you to keep moving. Now, when I was talking about moving your body, I said I
Yes.
don't like exercise, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have tried yoga. I have tried aerobics. I have tried all those different types of exercising, and I mean, yoga is perfect. It's fine, right? There's many different types of yoga, and we can all try them. But when I started doing the body groove, which is just a dance, feel free, and you're still moving your body and you're breathing, you're doing something and it's enjoyable. The
Yeah.
first time in my life, I can do that every day because I just so much enjoy it. So if you want to move more, experiment, find a way that your body enjoys to move, not your thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Okay, ma'am.
everybody knows yoga is good for you, but there's different types of yoga. Try a few different ones, see which one you enjoy the most, and I can guarantee you that you will do it more often. Yeah, it'll be
Okay.
easier to keep doing it.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay, Prahlad Nepali ji, please raise your question.
Hello, ma'am. My question is, for poor person, how can they maintain physical and mental health with lots of problem? Thank you.
So your question is how to
For a poor
maintain your
people, how
physical.
can they maintain their physical and mental health? Because they are poor, so they are lacking the resource. Then how can they be healthy? And you are peace ambassador, so you can answer this.
Thank you, NJ. um, that is a very good question. And it's also a very hard question to answer because what I am about to say may look or sound like I'm making it look so easy to, do things a certain way. But anything that we see that is happening outside of us comes from within us. So I personally have not ever experienced being poor to the extent that I didn't have enough to eat or somewhere to sleep, or in that regard, being poor. But all I know, what I've seen, because there have been times when I have struggled financially and, felt poor, is that I have everything I need available to me. When you see that, you will realize, because as long as you are alive, as long as there is life flowing through you, you have whatever you need to survive. So I'm sure Anjay is not the answer that you were expecting me to give. So if you have a better answer, please share.
No, I was having a better answer for Mahtoji, who was saying that for 14 days he has been doing something, but from 15 days he disliked to continue it. There is one rule in health, that is 21 days. It is said that if you can do anything for 21 days, it will be your habit. So rather than stopping on 14 days, try next time for 21 days. It might be your choice after that. It might be your habit. So if you want to leave smoking, you just stop it for 21 days, maybe it will be your habit. But for these questions regarding poverty, I'm an economist, but I have been dealing with construction and real estate economics, so I don't have answer for it.
Sorry, yeah. There's one thing that I wanted to add about, changing habits and maybe being addicted to smoking or anything. Because I just said something about the brain, right? It's meant to help us survive. And just imagine that the brain is actually made up of 3 parts. And I'm only going to speak about the lower part and the higher part. The middle part is not relevant at the moment. But the lower part of the brain, the lizard or reptilian part of the brain, that's where we actually have the patterns stored, like I was saying, to help us survive. So just imagine that lizard part of the brain is a tiny little lizard. It has no legs, no arms, only one big mouth. And with this big mouth, it will tell you, do this, do that, because that is going to make you feel good. But that part of the brain is physically not able to move any part of your body. So it cannot tell you, it cannot move you to take the cigarette or to take the drink or do whatever it says for you to do. It cannot do that. It's the higher part of your brain that makes that decision to either do it or not do it. So if you stop listening to that lizard that keeps bow, wow, 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 it will go quieter, quieter, quieter. And that's why when Anjay is saying 21 days, if you are able to make it that long, then the lizard is going to be tired of yelling at you and go quiet. And then, you can start listening to this part instead of what's going on there. And one other thing is that it takes about 7 minutes for the body to stop asking for something. So if you can hold on for 7 minutes when you have a craving for something, it will help you.
So Utsav Bohra was there, who was raising the hand, but right now I'm not able to find him out. So if he is there, you
Excuse
can
me,
ask your question. And we are almost at the end, so we'll take very few questions, please. Utsav
Anju sir.
Bohra ji, you are there.
I just got my answers.
Anju sir.
Okay, thank you.
May I
Yes,
have some
Bijay ji.
questions?
Yes, Bijay ji, you can raise your question.
Yes. First of all, I'd like to thank MiMi and our this panelist or the organizer of this program. I'd like to ask one question regarding the exercise that our life health coach MiMi had said that we can do only simple and light moving exercise, but I have heard that many health experts say that we should do exercise that can produce the what we call that
Sweating.
Pasina, yeah, sweating, and the sweating will take away all our toxins or poisonous substance of our skin. And but you have said that we can do only light exercise, and light exercise is, may not bring the poisonous substance from the skin. That's why
Yeah.
I think what
Okay. Did
can we
that
do?
your question? Yeah, I
Thank you.
understand. Okay. Maybe I wasn't clear enough between saying, don't exercise, move your body, and that move your body, it sounds gentler, but it doesn't mean that you just move very, easy like this. And no, move in any way. Because when I do my body groove, trust me, I sweat. Because I am dancing, I am happy, and, I am moving. So any type of moving that your body loves will be fine for you, and experiment with it, because again, experts can say, you have to move this, you have to exercise like that, but anything like you said, and thank you for bringing that up, anything that will make your heart rate go up, to help your heart, because the heart is a muscle, to get stronger is good. You could also just be going up and down the stairs, that helps your heart rate go up, it helps you sweat. Anything that makes your body happy when it moves.
Okay, thank you.
Okay?
So one question is in your chart. That question has been raised by Pal sir. If you can throw some light on that, please look at it.
Can you read it to me? Because I
Yes,
can't see.
apart from these 7 steps that you can just explain simply, in simple way, just wanted to know what are the other steps or tips that we can follow to remain healthy, wealthy and wise. So regarding healthy, wealthy, you have said something, but for wisdom related to mental, I am thinking he is asking. So can you throw some light on mental health?
Yeah, I
That
think
was
the mental health part was when I was talking about, enjoying your life, and that depression is basically us regretting what has happened in the past. But when you start to realize that what has happened, you cannot go back to change it, it's happened. So when it comes to being mentally healthy, it's often about questioning whatever your thoughts might be telling you, and to know that you have everything available to you. You have the wisdom, you have everything there to help you see things from a different perspective. Because the moment you start to question those thoughts and really ask yourself, are they true? Is this really what is happening? For example, I might be sitting here and I'm thinking about what am I going to cook when I, you know, get off the get off the call. What am I gonna cook? Oh, I make sure that it's a healthy meal because I just had this session, I have to make sure everything is healthy and balanced and okay. And I could be just going on and on and on and on and on. But I am sitting here talking to you. I am not cooking. So
Hello.
those thoughts are not important now. Somebody want to say something?
yes. Last question for today's session. Then we will go to conclusion. Probably all questions has been done. The last question: will you think only vegetarian food would be sufficient? The question is raised by Pavanji. Only vegetarian food, only veg food will be sufficient for the body and mind?
I think I have answered that question. It really depends on the person. And like I was saying, whenever you put the word too in front of it, it's not right. Too much, too little. So even if you are a vegetarian and you eat too much, it can be difficult on the body to digest the food, to keep you healthy. And on top of that, I have, heard from experience that people that have turned vegan or vegetarian, they start losing their hair, their skin goes bad. It's just their body needs something else apart from whatever they're eating. Okay? So I cannot say it's best to be a vegan or vegetarian, or it's best to be eating everything, to be a carnivore and eat everything. It depends on who you are and your body. I think Vijay
Yeah.
want to ask something. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, I have unmuted it. Can you hear me?
Sir, your
Yes.
sound is so...
Bit a bit
Can you hear
soft.
me?
Yes.
Little bit
Go a
soft.
bit closer to your mouth.
Okay. Regarding this physical, mental, and spiritually, will you please to little bit elaborate in it? One part is that, and another part is that during this discussion and session, this you have said rectal plane and all these things. If you little bit elaborate on NLP, that will be the most more better for all the audience. And
On
another
what,
thing,
sorry?
NLP, neuro linguistic
NLP.
programming. Yeah. Because this
Hmm.
mental, neuro linguistic program, it is little bit interlinkage with our friends' queries. One part is that.
Okay.
And another last question regarding this stomach, big stomach. What I prefer this belly breathing. Belly breathing is the best, taking with a
Hmm.
long feel with the air in the stomach, not the chest. It will done, it will better then. And what I
Yes.
explain is that I don't know the exact meaning in the English. Morning time, this before sunrise, 1 hour before, that is called Amrit Bela. If you wake up and just take 5 to 10 minutes meditation with positive affirmation till the 21 days, it will give good and positive return. That is my experience. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I will be very honest with you. I am no expert on NLP. I have heard about it, but I have never done it. I don't know. What I do know about is an understanding of life, which is explained by the three principles. And the three principles of life are thought, mind, and consciousness. Thought is one I've already spoken about today, which is that your thinking, it cannot stop you from anything, right? It's random. You, the way you respond to it is what you're going to see. Mind is actually our connection to life, the life source that is guiding us through life. And consciousness makes it possible for us to be aware that all of this is happening. So that's my understanding of life. And I personally feel it goes beyond NLP. But I am no expert on that. So I do apologize that I can't help you with that. What was your other question?
How can we control angry habit?
Angry habit.
Yes.
Oh. That's a very good question. Angry, I mean, again, the way I see things may not be, the way somebody else sees them, but we often put a label on things and say this is good, this is bad. And probably angry would be in the category of it's bad. But what is actually happening is that you are thinking of something and it's giving you that feeling of anger. If you are able in that moment to question those thoughts, why am I getting angry? What's going on? What's the use? What am I going to get out of being angry over this? You can reduce, at least reduce the time that you're angry, and be gentle on yourself, because chances are something's going to happen to make you angry again, which is fine. You're experiencing anger. What is probably not fine is that in your anger you could hurt somebody else, which is often it's not acceptable. But as long as you can realize that why am I getting angry? What is actually happening? And just move on from there. I hope that helps, because that's the way I deal with it when I'm angry or upset.
Anjay sir, can you summarize right now, because I think session is going to be long and the question is from scenes from outside box as well. So I think we have to address some of the important question, then otherwise we can conclude right now. I think.
Yes.
You can talk to MiMi as well.
Okay. So we are almost at the end. Within 5-6 minutes, we will wrap up all. But last question, if you would like to throw some light on that, that is how row cop with co-ID released stress.
Say that again. How?
You can see in chat box how row cop with co-ID released stress.
Whose
I
question?
think I can read.
Yes.
Said how we can cope with the COVID-related stress.
Oh, COVID-related stress. I just go.
Yeah, that's good.
Right. Yeah. Again, I mean, it's not that I don't want to answer the question, but I am not an expert on that. Whatever is happening at the moment to me is because of the brain going into survival mode and doing things out of fear. So if you at all feel stressed or, anxious, afraid of getting COVID, and or you feel isolated, whatever might be going on, it's all your brain trying to keep you healthy or keep you alive. So looking at it from a perspective and thinking to yourself, maybe, am I in contact with anybody who has it? Right? Is there a chance that I might have it? Have I gone somewhere and I might have gotten it? Did I not wash my hands enough? Did I not wear my mask? There is so many ways you could just calm yourself down, because most of the time you are sitting somewhere doing something, and what are the chances of that COVID jumping on you or, you getting it?
Thank
And
you.
also, sorry, this is the last thing I want to say, Anjay. I wish that instead of telling people to be washing their hands and wearing masks, I wish that people were told to do things that will help increase their immune system, because the body is created and has a system to fight viruses. It can, and not everybody is dying of COVID. People are surviving because the body can do it. So working on your immune system is the best way to deal with it. And there's so many ways that you can experiment to see, foods you can eat, relaxation, things you can do to improve your immune system.
So thank you for your nice presentation. I would like to take quick remarks from 3 people in short, not more than 2 minutes. And we have to be always ready for expect the unexpected, because a lot of things are yet to come. It's only COVID-19. So many 19 will come. So now I would like to request Tanka sir to give your valuable remarks in very short, sir. Not more than 2 minutes.
Thank you, Anja sir. Thank you for your MiMi, for your wonderful session, insightful session. And this session was organized from the participating from the three approach. One organization from the Occupational Health and Safety Professional Nepal, and next one is the Human Capital Development Professional Nepal, in cooperation with the Madan Bhandari Memorial Academy and the Pokhara University. We have organized this session from jointly collaboration. And thank you, MiMi, for your wonderful session. Thank you all of you, and see you again. And lots of our colleagues are enjoyed today. And I think we have shared this session in the social media as well. And more than 5,000 people have reached your video right now. And this video also will be updated in our YouTube channel and the Facebook channel in your Zoom recorded video. Then I think most of people will be enjoyed. And see you for the other session. Thank you very much. And in beside to this, for the Nepalese friend, thank you all the Nepali साथीहरु सबैलाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। तपाईहरुले सर्ट पिरियडमा तपाईहरु आउनुभयो, मलाई हामीलाई धेरै खुसी लाग्यो। विशेष गरेर म ह्युमन क्यापिटल डेभलपमेन्ट प्रोफेसन नेपालको तर्फबाट आई एम फाउन्डर प्रेसिडेन्ट पनि हो, र यसमा हामीले धेरै काम गरिरहेका छौं, र बिस्तारै हामीले हाम्रो मेजर उद्देश्य भनेको चाहिँ इन्डस्ट्री र एकाडेमिया ग्यापलाई मिनिमाइज द इन्डस्ट्री एन्ड एकाडेमिया ग्याप from the school level to the university level. The main objective is this. र त्यसको लागि तपाईहरुको सहकार्य हामीमा जहिले पनि हुनेछ, र यसरी नै हामीहरु तपाईलाई एवायर गर्न चाहन्छौं। र यदि हजुरहरु हाम्रो प्लेटफर्ममा मेम्बर हुन चाहनुहुन्छ भने हामीले अघि पनि हाम्रो सोशल मिडिया मार्फत तपाईहरुलाई जानकारी पनि गरिसकेका छौं। अनलाइन मेम्बरशिप लिन चाहनुहुन्छ भने लिन सक्नुहुन्छ, र सोशल मिडियामा पनि यस्ता प्रोग्रामको अपडेट्सको लागि पनि जानकारी तपाईहरु अपडेट भएर बस्न सक्नुहुन्छ। यति भन्दै once again thank you Anja sir for your wonderful moderation. Thank you MiMi. See you next again. It's a very insightful session. Thank you all of you, all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you sir. And not more than this much time, Ankit Pathak sir, if you are available, your valuable remarks please. Ankit Pathak sir.
Your sound is not audible. Pathak sir.
Sir. Hello.
Yes, we are audible. Bhanus sir, Bhanus.
Thank you, MiMi, for wonderful presentation. It was very simple and to the point, and it was very fruitful. It is the most talked subject from everyone in every household. This, and in addition, that mental health topic, it is very important to achieve physical health, mental health to achieve a physical health. And you talked about making routine, experimenting the body, like whatever suits, like exercise, jogging, and then yoga or meditation, and also like making a plan for a day, or like you can plan for morning what you do and what you eat, what you're gonna talk and what you're gonna hear from other. And similarly, like making a right amount of exercise that your body will grow and your body will receive, and that will make you feel good, and it will make you happy. That is very important. And as a whole, I like this discussion very much. It was very fruitful, and everyone has talked about much elaborative way in discussion session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. At last, I would like to request Khagendra Basnet sir to give his remarks and conclude the session for today. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I would like to express our deepest gratitude to MiMi for your very wonderful presentations and as all the members will delighted with your presentations. So I'm also hopeful that our members get benefited from this knowledge, and this knowledge will definitely support the very productive workforce of the Nepals by creating their joyful life, healthy life, and that will to some extent help to create the good economy of our country. Your small contributions might be the big contributions in the economy of our country also. And we would like to be in touch in the future also. And your expertism will try to harness in the future also to in the support of our members. So I would like to thank you on behalf of me, Occupational Safety and Health Professional Nepals, and Human Capital Development Professionals Nepals, Madan Bhandari Memorial Academy of Pokhara University. We highly appreciate your contributions today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With this, the session, thank you, Mimi. And with
You're
this, the session is over, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, everybody. And thank you
And,
for all your questions.
and
Namaste.
in the future, we may have a chance to meet in Nepal also, maybe.
Oh, yes,
Let's
that would
hope.
be great.
Yeah, let's hope.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Have a nice time. Have a nice day.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Namaste.
Tonka, sir.
Can you open our view for the last moment of picture right now? I mean, we're in the
Okay,
end of
okay.
this session.
Okay, we can.
Facebook Live secret हटाइदिने कि?
Okay, sure. Even.
Hmm.
Hello.